Hey y'all, so today I want to talk about why I got back into acting, modeling, dancing, and all that good stuff. So, I've been a stay at home mom, and wife, housewife, trade wife, whatever you want to call it, for 3 years plus, almost 3.5 years. Yeah. And it's been wonderful. I love spending every single day with my kids, with, of course, the occasional break because it can be overwhelming. But at this stage in life, God has told me to sit down, not permanently, but temporarily. And of course, I'm never going to stop being a mom. But what that means for me in this season is my kids are starting daycare. Daycare. I started daycare today. Today was the first day. And it was rough. It's still going on. I haven't picked them up yet. It is rough. Before even leaving my house, I cried 3 or 4 times. It's been like really rough on me. I knew it was gonna be. I expected it to be rough on them, but I didn't expect it to be rough on me because nobody talks about that. So I'm here to talk about it. We woke up in the morning, did worship. I got them dressed. We brushed our teeth. It was great. I gave them hugs and cuddles. I cried while hugging my son. I cried. And my husband asked me how I was doing. I cried while I was holding my daughter and dancing to worship music. I was holding myself together in the car on the way there. My husband asked me if I was okay, and I was like, I'm not okay. But, there's only so much he can do. So, we turned on some worship music in the car, just to continue putting God and Jesus first in our children's lives and to put a good atmosphere out there for them. Then we dropped them off. It went smoothly. Our kids have 2 totally different personalities. My daughter was like, that was the end of it. She didn't turn back. My son, he wanted hugs and kisses, which we gave him, and then we said bye, and then he made the saddest little pucker lip face. So sad. And of course, that made me start crying again. And then my husband was hugging me, and every time he hugged me, it just allows me to feel everything completely, and I just cry more and more and more. But pros, because of this time apart, I'm able to do things that I like and to learn myself again. And so this morning I got to go to the gym for the first time in more than 3 years. Right before my son was born, he's the oldest, I had just reached my goal weight, and then I found out I was pregnant, which is super amazing. That's what bodies are for, growing and expanding and getting bigger and getting smaller and building muscle. But once the babies got here, they completely occupied whatever time I wasn't already spending with my husband or cooking or cleaning, and sometimes that time too. And so I haven't been going to the gym. Some moms can do it, but I just couldn't. So I just haven't been taking care of myself for these years. And so now I'm just happy to be able to take care of myself again and to really focus on myself and be very intentional about the time that I do get to spend with my kids. After getting home from the gym, I cried again, but it's been a couple hours and I haven't cried, so this is progress. The daycare sends me little photos and videos of my kids throughout the day to keep me updated, which I really enjoy, but it's just not the same as being there with them. And I don't exactly have mom guilt because I feel like guilt implies that you did something wrong, and I prayed many a days, many hours, many a nights about this decision, and this is what God told me to do. And So I'm rocking with it, but I didn't know that it would be hard. I thought I would just be like, okay, focus, 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 work out, work out, work out. Mom when they're here. But it's just a little different than expected. Alexa, stop. Sorry about that. I gotta get ready to go. Pick up my husband and then pick up the kids. Anyway, yeah. So it's rough out here. Pray for me. Let me know your experiences. Oh, and how did God sit me down and tell me it's time to take a break? It's time to put these kids in daycare. Well, I wasn't taking care of myself as I said, and I had health problem after health problem after health problem. And I've had tests done, everything turns out perfectly fine every single time. The only possible problem that they can find is that I'm under too much stress, and I'm like, okay, the only thing that stresses me out is my kids. And they're gonna be with me for the rest of their lives, so I guess I have to just deal with the stress, deal with these problems. After all, they're not gonna kill me. And so one of the problems I had was pretty bad eczema on my hand, which I've never had eczema ever in my whole life. It got bad, broke my skin. I couldn't wash the dishes, the things that I normally do. God's like, take a pause. I couldn't prepare food, the citrus, fruits, hand sanitizer, not 100% clean water would get into the cuts, it would burn. I had to wear gloves, put topical steroids, everything on my hand, and it was just a terrible, terrible time, and I am not fully healed yet, but it is a lot better since doing all that and cutting back. And I wear all these, this is what I wear now anytime that I have to touch water. These big old gloves that go all the way up to my arm because I can't risk any water getting in there. I don't have to wear a glove full time anymore now, so that is a blessing, and I can't wait to see how else my body heals as I continue to lean into this break and this change of pace. So yeah, again, let me know your experiences. What you think?